Hi, my name is Priscilla Brown, and I'm a special education teacher here in the city of Philadelphia. I want to first thank you for watching this video on leveraging English learner assets and building strong home and school connections. In this short presentation, I'll be sharing insights on culturally responsive teaching, strategies for supporting ELs in the classroom, and how we can engage families and communities as partners in student success. The first part of this presentation I would like to share with you is culturally responsive teaching. What are cultural influences on teaching and learning? Culture shapes how students think, how they communicate, and how they process information. It affects their learning styles, behavior norms, and expectations about school. For example, in some cultures, deference to authority may mean students hesitant to speak up, something that could be misinterpreted as disinterest. What is cultural competence and its role in EL instruction? Cultural competence is the ability to understand, appreciate, and effectively respond to the cultural context of our students. For ELs, it means acknowledging that their home, cultures, and languages are not barriers, but that's their strengths. By recognizing this, we build trust and we ensure that instruction is relevant and accessible. How can EL's cultural values be integrated into teaching? We can embed students' background through stories, visuals, real life examples, and classroom discussion that validate their heritage. For instance, asking students to share about traditions or holidays, it promotes cultural pride and deepens classroom connections. What is the role of culture in student learning? Culture is central to meaning making, and when students see themselves in their curriculum and pedagogy, they're more likely to engage. An inclusive classroom promotes identity, affirmation, and supports language acquisition because students feel safe taking risks. Now, what are some strategies for supporting and celebrating diversity? Using multicultural texts, multilingual classroom labels, and student-driven projects that highlight global perspectives. We celebrate International Day or Family Culture Nights to create a sense of belonging. How do we leverage home language and cultural assets? Allow translanguaging, where students use both their home language and English during learning. Encourage bilingual peer support, label resources in multiple languages, and use family knowledge as curriculum enrichment. Now, part 2 of this presentation, supporting the needs of ELs in the classroom. Now, how do we respond to varied strengths and identities, including ELs with special needs? Every English learner has a unique language journey. We use differentiated instruction. We use visual scaffolds, small group support, and multilingual assessments. Now, for English learners with IEPs, you collaborate closely with service providers to integrate language goals with academic and social emotional learning. What are approaches to address English learners and social emotional needs? For that, we would create a safe space where students feel respected. We build strong teacher-student relationships, implement SEL check-ins, and include activities that promote their identity and confidence. Students are more likely to engage when they are feeling valued. Now, what is important to understand English language cultural and emotional needs in routines and procedures. We have clear expectations, and routines reduce anxiety, especially for English learners navigating a new culture. Incorporate routines that honor diverse ways of interacting. For example, recognizing silence as processing time or greeting rituals that reflect their cultural norms. Now, the last part, of our presentation is how do we connect the home and school? Now, how may families and community practice influence language learning? Families can bring funds of knowledge, and that's skills or values and experiences that shape learning. And these can include oral storytelling, work ethic, community values, and multilingual abilities. Recognizing this enhances respect and connection. So, what are some strategies to foster strong partnerships? We use culturally sensitive communication, bilingual newsletters, phone calls, and tech tools like Talking Points or Class Dojo in the home language. You can host family literacy nights, involve parents in cultural celebrations, and seek their input in decision making. What are effective family engagement practices? We engage families as co-educators, invite them to share stories or artifacts, offer parent workshops in their language, and provide interpreters at school events. Show that families' knowledge matters. Now, what are inclusive community engagement practices? Now, this could look something like partnering with local cultural centers, language organizations, or faith groups. Offer school-based events that are welcoming to all families, regardless of their literacy or immigration status. We could promote multilingual signage and inclusive visuals throughout the school. Supporting English learners through an asset-based lens means moving from how do we help them catch up to how do we help them thrive with what they already bring. Cultural responsiveness, family engagement, and classroom inclusivity aren't add-ons. They're essential to equity and excellence. I want to thank you for your commitment to supporting all learners and joining me on this short presentation.